Hello guys, welcome to another video. So we are going to look at VIX 75, which is something that we check out a lot on this channel. So if you're new here, make sure that you subscribe and you also hit the bell icon so that whenever I make uploads, you do not miss out. So let's get started. We always start with the highest time frame and then work our way down. So this one, we looked at it less than 2 days ago, so we're not gonna spend a lot of time on these bigger time frames. So we are inside a monthly support, and this is a monthly resistance, and because we are inside the support, so we have a very high chance of having a pullback, like having a pullback maybe to somewhere there or even higher, or it can be a short one and continue the downtrend, but we'll see about that. So what we need to know now is just that we are inside the support, which means we've got a high chance of reversing and going to the upside. Now things are getting interesting. So we have our thing here. We have our weekly chart, which is still very, very much bearish. It being bearish, we have got this as our resistance. There you have a bearish trend line, right? And if you're trading on weekly, you don't really have anything as yet to try and catch the buy trades or even to sell, because if you wanted to sell, maybe a pullback would be a good chance for you to open a sell trade if you're executing on weekly. Obviously, if you're executing on different time frames, smaller ones, you'll have more opportunities, right? And something very, very interesting, or something that I think it's worth paying attention to, is the fact that what is happening here is not as strong as what was happening when we were coming to the downside. But at the same time, we should also keep in mind that the last week the price, or the bulls, tried to push the price up, but they ended up being left with that pin bar there, and now the price moved lower than that. So when you're having sort of a pin bar and then you come and break lower than that, that's not a good sign for the bulls. So the bears are still very much aggressive. They can still continue with their downtrend, but I do not think that they would continue and break this monthly resistance without having to give us any sign, right? Or any pullback rather. So something like that, right? So now let's check the daily chart. So if you were here 2 days back, you remember that we had a very nice sniper there, and we had said that if it closes with the pin bar, and it did, but it was not like a best pin bar, it closed with the pin bar. I was saying that it has got high chances of maybe going up and breaking this resistance here. But the bears, they still continued. When we're having a bullish pin bar, it would be very nice if you go and break the range of that. I always preach about this one. When you do that, you know that there's a higher chances that it will continue like that. But when someone forms a bullish pin bar, but then the bears still manage to take the price lower than their pin bar, the bulls tried, but it was just not enough. And just like that, TP ones were hit, and then the stop, the break even for the remaining ones, and then the price went lower than that. And now when you talk about the market, if we were to talk about the market structure on this chart, we will say, or on this time frame, we will say we're still very much bearish also, which means we can put a bearish trend line anywhere there, and we can have this as our nearest resistance. And hopefully the price, if you want to sell, it will continue giving you those pullbacks, and then you sell like that. But keeping in mind that selling, you need something to sort of confirmation, and also you need always keep in mind that it's a short-term thing, because we are inside a monthly support. That monthly support can cause hard breaks if you hold your trades for too long. So it will be safer if you wait for it to be removed first, then you can continue with your long-term selling, right? So let's check our H4 so that we can analyze from there. Yes, so the sniper was from here. That's where we had gotten the sniper entry, and then the price went up. We were hoping that at least based on the structure on this H4, the price would go up to at least there. But remember, when you're moving up, and I tell you that, don't act like you don't see what is happening. Yes, the price is going up, but all of a sudden it's doing this. this is not a good sign. Like you're going up, yes, pause maybe, and then continue. But this, during this time, because we didn't know whether you're going to break up or down, but this is not a good sign. When you are in charge, be in charge, right? If you want to rest, look at what the best did. The best pushed all the way down, broke all of this, and now they were resting here. Look at what they're doing when they are resting. They're still forming their structures. They're still forming bearish rejection candlesticks, and then they continued to go to the downside. So that's a positive sign. That's not something that you can be worried about. But now when you check this one here, when you check what happened here, the price was forming things like bearish rejection candlesticks, bearish engulfing candlesticks, which was not a good sign. So that's when you're like, yay, this is not a good thing. Let me move to break even, or you could even close your trades, because of what the price. Yes, it's around the bulls territory. They're pushing up, but the way they are pushing, it's what you should be worried about. And just like that, the bears managed to push all the way to the downside. So now the big question is, now that we are here, then where to from here? Where to? Do you think it will continue dropping, or is it a good or perfect time for us now to try and get trades to go up? Then let's see. So here the trend is definitely bearish, and you can put a bearish trend line there. There's your bearish trend line, and you can have this as your nearest resistance, and the price is approaching that. It's not a good resistance, but that's a story for another day. It's not a good resistance, and yeah, we'll see when the price gets there. So the only thing that you can lean on is the fact that this that resistance will be around the price, where the price the last struggle to break it, but eventually broke it. So basically, where you had some people who call it the old support, new resistance, and stuff like that. So but this is not, this on its own, it's not a good resistance, but it will be coupled with what, with the bearish trend line. So we can see, we'll just see how the price reacts there. So the risk takers can try and get confirmation and then hope that this happens, but without confirmation you don't have a trade. You do not have a trade, right? So now you can see if this candlestick here closes as that bullish engulfing, right? Maybe we'll have a chance to continue until that trend line, but we will see. And if it closes a bullish engulfing like this, chances are that on H1 you'll find trend line break, maybe a pullback. You can have that short-term buy to the upside. So let's check our H1. I'll show you the trend line break that I was talking about. So on H1, there is your H1 trend line, and then there's the trend line break. You can catch this, targeting at least these guys there. Remember, these guys are the same H4 zone that we spoke about. So you are targeting that and that H4 trend line. That's if the price breaks that, right? And you need confirmation for that, because of what, the trend on that time frame is still very much bearish. So that's it. That's all that you can expect from this one. So you need to make sure that when you are doing your analysis, you are able to, check the bigger picture, where we are currently in terms of the bigger picture, and do we have a chance to go up or to go to the downside. And then you skip from that. When you get to your time frames, you say, okay, I know how the bigger picture looks like. Now this is what I have on my execution time frame. Should I be searching for short-term trends to go up or down, or should I be planning something for long term? So that's why it's important that when you're trading, you check other time frames first before you make decisions on whatever time frame that you like. You cannot just say, I trade M15, then you go to M15 and then you make your decisions there, and then ignore everything that is happening on the other time. Because if you do like that, it's not gonna end well for you, because of what, you'll be missing out on a lot of information. So you need to make sure that you are able to check all the time frames, then match them together, bring them together, make a conclusion, then trade from there, which is what I teach. You must be able to combine time frames, otherwise you're going to struggle, because of what, you'll be seeing that double top there on your M15, and then you sell, but you're ignoring the fact that on H1 maybe there's double bullish rejection candlesticks for me, or on daily there's also a fresh daily support that's being hit. So you're going to sell against those things because of what you chose not to check their time frames, which and they are bigger time frames than the one that you're trading. Not a good move or a wise move. All right, guys, I think I should leave it here. So that's all that we can expect from this one. I'll try and update again as new candlesticks form, right? And again, if you're interested in the mentorship, because we'll be starting with lessons soon, you'll just leave a comment or text me. But otherwise, these videos, hopefully they are helping some of you guys be, have like a sharp eye, develop a sharp eye for the markets. You mustn't always be someone that's just chasing the price or over risking or being greedy. Nah, you're not gonna make it. You just need to try and gather information as much as you possibly can, then try and use that to grow the account. The plan is to grow the account. You don't have to make 2000% of the account overnight. Yes, of course, if you do that, it's gonna be a nice feeling. But should things go south, you are going to be very demotivated. Yeah, so steady growth is better than the one where you try and make everything overnight. It's not gonna end well for you. All right, guys, I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.